I just took a trip to Pittsburgh to hang with the killers and robbers. Killer gon' kill, stealer gon' steal. I don't get it like an algorithm. How do you solve it, baby? You cannot tell me I'm lawless, baby. Took a few losses to get it back, feeling like Mike. I'm feeling so flawless, baby. Like
Hey, everybody. It's time for your Browns Friday Fumble.
All on it.
Don't try to pick it up and run. My name is Dave.
I'm Dylan.
And it is, let me consult a calendar and a Browns result.
I've got the Farmer's Almanac right here.
Yep. Let's check.
Tells me.
Let's check a couple of things. Dylan, today is the 16th of October. What does that show up if you go up to the top of the calendar? What letter is above today?
F, and I don't like that.
No, I think that's a little offensive. But that stands for Friday. And let me check my chart here. The results of last week's football game between the old Cleveland Browns.
You got to carry the two.
It looks like to me it's a Victory Friday.
The Victory Friday. Fantastic. Feels good to be back, folks.
4 Victory Fridays in a row. The streak continues.
Yeah, it's getting uncomfortable.
Little uncomfortable. But first, I really think we need a pretty heavy dose here, Dylan, of it's a pharmaceutical product. It's a drug. It's a little thing. Consult your doctor and ask him if "I told you so" is right for you, because we done told you so. All right, Dylan, what did we say about the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns and what would need to happen for the Browns to win this game?
Well, we told him that all we had to do was show up, and apparently they weren't listening.
I guess they weren't listening because the Browns showed up, and that's all they had to do because they won. All right?
I think, Dave, I think it's been a long time since we established ourselves as made men in this town, and
yes.
Maybe they forgot? I don't know.
Did you guys forget? Like, you think we're just a couple of dudes in a basement? Like, just throwing this out on our buddy's podcast feed?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, my gosh. You think we're just a couple of dudes sitting around watching YouTube for like 2 hours and then trying to put some stuff down in a document that we share?
Jesus,
and then
guys.
And then we just kind of hang out and try to put this podcast out, and we're like, hey, we got a Twitter. Look at that too. Like, no, guys.
They think this isn't what we do full time. They think that like maybe we have these other jobs.
No, yeah. It's like, guys, I'm down at Berea all the time. Most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, I had to leave there to come here.
We have the kind of press passes that we actually can't leave.
Yeah.
We actually have to ask permission to leave the campus.
Right. It's like we have to check out and then check back in. Guys, so let's just cut the crap, okay?
I'm sick of it.
We predicted the win. We got it exactly right. Because guess what, Dylan? 9-point victory. And guess what the Browns won by?
Yeah, I know. It's not like we have a crystal ball over here or anything, Dave. What it is expertise.
Yeah. Or, depending on the night of the week, sexpertise.
Usually, since it is Sunday.
Usually expertise.
It's not, yeah. It's usually.
Anyway, we told you guys, we're tired of having to tell you guys, but we'll do it again if we have to. This is just what we do. Stop doubting. Like, you listen to the end of the show when we give you the lockdown picks to go take your money to AC or Vegas or any other casino town. Put your money on the Brownies when applicable. We don't always, Dylan, do we always pick that the Browns are going to win? No, we're not. We know this team well enough to know that they're going to have bad games. But guess what? Last week wasn't one of them.
You think this is the Ringer? You think this is Bill Simmons?
You think this is just Bill Simmons going, "Oh, whoever plays against the Patriots is going to lose"?
Well, probably Celtics this week.
Oh, let's go watch Boondock Saints. Yeah, this isn't. This is. You want it? Let's talk, Dylan. Let's throw a few names out there of football names in the biz that can compare to us.
Right off the bat, dude. Right off the bat, Jim Trotter.
We're talking Samuel Lyscombe. down at ABC News Sports.
Yeah.
He has as much access as we do. But that's all really with the Minnesota Vikings, and that's it. So we were able to consult with him a little bit on Stefanski. But guys, there's nobody else in this town. Like, our local media.
Wait, come on.
Come on.
Jesus.
Just come on.
When is the last time you turned on 92.3 and got anything of value, Dave?
I thought they were still playing alternative hits.
I thought they was still jamming 92.3.
Yeah.
To be honest, I actually was kind of disappointed.
I hear about.
Oh,
I hear more about Ram trucks and goddamn replacement windows than I do about the Browns on that station.
Yeah, but honestly, though, I have
they're great
accessed
trucks.
A lot of good services.
They're great trucks. I'm not gonna lie, they're great. They're so good, these trucks. Anyway, we've gone on a little bit, but yeah, not only are we the sources you need, and we're right all the time, and that we told you so. This team is something you need to pay attention to, much like our words, Dylan. They need to pay attention to the Browns' words, and not just words, but actions. Because the word the word that the Browns like is called touchdown.
Yep, that's a good word. It's a great word for them.
Yeah, it works. And so it's time to start taking this team seriously. I know Browns fans in the past, you've come under fire by the Browns themselves, to be honest. Last year there was literally a shooting war between the Browns and the local media, and the fans got caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, a lot of casualties.
You know, that safety who threatened people on Twitter, though, we could probably use him right about now. I'm just saying that if we kind of reached out to him, asked if he was sorry.
Gosh, wouldn't mind having that presence in the backfield.
Yeah. Sure. Is it intimidating? Yes, but it's also intimidating to opposing teams' tight ends and stuff.
Yeah, when they try to go over the middle every single play.
But Dylan, I think the town is starting to believe, because I don't know if you noticed a little bit of something. Obviously, you and I wanted to go to the game. Unable to do so due to obvious reasons of
course.
I was not allowed to go. Because we had to be in Berea. Like, they make us stay there. But
I didn't get my permission slip signed
in time. Yeah. Anyway, you notice this fan base is starting to come around. Rough estimate, I want to say there were double the fans this time as there were last game. I think
gosh, at least
fan support I think has just about doubled in this town. And so
it's like that old adage, you start winning and here comes the bandwagon.
Here comes the bandwagon, and as Metallica said, nothing else matters. It's the winning. Say your prayers, little one. The Browns are winning. And so the fans are on top of things. We're on top of things. Dylan, can I ask you a personal question? Because we were watching. We were watching the game.
Please do.
Is this just a fad going on here? So Kevin Stefanski's wearing his security mask.
Yeah.
To keep people from seeing his play calls. Another sign that the fans are on board with all this is they're starting to wear the replica security masks up in the stands.
Yeah. It's like a Dorsey sweatshirt.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so awesome that we finally have a coach. Yeah?
Here's the thing, though.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of getting a little weird.
Well, but would you say, everybody was wearing the Freddie Kitchens dog pound sweatshirts.
Yeah, but even the other team is wearing it. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the other team has seen.
Are they trying to be Kevin Stefanski?
Well, they're trying to see how smart he is. They're like, I don't want to hold up, because you noticed, for some reason, the coach of the Colts apparently had just done some work with like an abrasive cutting tool or something. Like he was.
Yeah, he did have like a welder's.
So he had like a shield over his face. Like he's like, hey, I got to go cut some copper pipe later, and I don't want the shavings to get in my eyes.
Or like your dentist is going down for a deep root canal.
Yeah. He definitely put that over his eyes. But yeah, I noticed it too. I think a lot of people feel like Stefanski's making the right moves and just copy him. Like,
yeah,
you got the Browns dialed in.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
Sure
Dave.
is. And
Whatever it takes, man. Nothing else matters. You said it.
Yeah.
Metallica said it.
Yeah, Metallica said it.
James Hetfield.
Yeah. And during the drumming, Lars Ulrich probably twirled his stick.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, Dylan, it is time to hand out our weekly awards.
This is quickly becoming my favorite segment.
It is, and due to an ongoing legal battle, we're no longer allowed to call the segment Game Balls and Lame Balls.
Whoa.
GBs and LBs.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Maybe we'll be sued again. But new segment this week. Same segment, but new. We're going to call this one, and this one's for all you people who are sick of this millennial nonsense. Dylan, are you sick of this nonsense?
Oh, these stupid millennial jerks.
My gosh. Get the avocado toast ready. Because we're doing real trophies, which, Dylan, you support real trophies, am I right?
Oh, yeah, Gen X all the way, buddy.
Yep. And the not-so-good participation trophies. So maybe Connor didn't quite kick the ball the farthest, but guess what? He tried his hardest. Yeah, not going to cut it in my world, buddy. Dylan, start us off.
Yeah. So, first real trophy for the and actually me and you both fall into that exennial.
Yeah, we're kind of in the middle ground.
We can actually pick.
Yeah.
We can actually pick which one we want. So first real trophy that we're giving out to Kate Bach.
That's
you
it?
know?
Just no, okay.
Participation trophy on the other hand, Joe Hayden. We love you, Joe. We love you.
Yeah.
But dude, come on, man. Come on, dude. You of all people should know. If you live in Cleveland and you raise your kids to be Pittsburgh football fans, you're an asshole.
Yeah,
man.
you're just an asshole. All right, my first, and I had to make it my first. Real trophy, Andrew Sandejo. All over the field, typically 15 yards down it. The only 23 that means anything in this town.
You got that right, buddy.
And then participation trophy, and I guess I'll single him out, but LeBron Lames, who went all Hollywood on us, went out there to Los Angeles, won himself a title. But Dylan, did you even watch it or care about it?
No, not at all.
No one watched it or cared about it, except for probably Jeff Nomina.
All right, so for my next real trophy going out to Phillip Rivers, former NFL quarterback, Phillip Rivers.
Old Philly boy.
Sticking to it with 15-second throwing motion that allows defenders to break on the out route. You got to hand it to the guy, you know?
Yeah, it's just he's got something that went with his career, and he's just going for it. Like, just keep doing it.
You got to. I mean, yeah, hey. Participation trophy, though, Dave. Mason Rudolph being racist, man.
Yeah.
I mean, look, that's very much a bad idea under any circumstance, okay? More so, however, when you got Myles Garrett breathing down your neck for 4 quarters.
Yeah. It's just poor planning, to be honest. My real one, Jarvis Landry's ribs. They're sticking together. Staying strong.
Yeah, good God. They really took some hits, didn't they?
Participation trophy, though, goes to the low-salt Ruffles. What are you doing? Just eat a potato.
Dave, my next real trophy goes out to J-Lo featuring Ja Rule. You know, it just begs the question, what's my motherfucking name? R-U-L-E. Participation trophy, on the other hand, Dave, we lost to Cleveland Institution this week. A restaurant that has been in it's a part of the fabric holding this damn town together for more than like a bunch of years. Mm-hmm. You know, Of course, I'm talking about the Perkins out in Middleburg Heights closing down.
This one hurts, Dylan. This one hurts.
Nobody saw this coming. And hopefully we'll all get to mourn it and bid farewell with all the fond memories that we've gathered there.
Yeah. Next real one on a brighter note, Cody Parkey. In addition to hitting field goals, he's been staying late on Wednesdays, helping offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt sew the numbers onto the jerseys every week. Every little bit helps. Definitely helped out in the offensive game planning because AVP just has more time.
This has been an issue for years.
You know how many double-digit numbers are on the team? There's more double-digit numbers on this team this year than in any other previous year.
Lots.
So many double-digit numbers. This take a long time. And we're going to go to participation trophy for our participant, Myles Garrett. We talked about it last week, and his numbers are declining. He's now down to 0.6 strip sacks a game. And you add that to his meager 1.2 sacks a game, and we're wondering, what could you pick up a fifth at the deadline, Dylan? You think somebody's going to take a flyer on this guy for a fifth, maybe?
God, I don't know. It's looking more and more like a free agency dump at this point.
Yeah, you're just going to dump him, eat the salary, and move on.
So, real trophy, Dave. Us, me and you.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you for the trophy.
Yeah, we already told you how the game was going to go, and that's how it went. So, give us the goddamn trophy.
Give me the trophy.
Participation trophy goes to all you dumb idiots that didn't believe us. I mean, we're the experts, so.
Proving it week after week. All right, Dylan, let's take a look at a little bit of Browns news. I have just dialed up www.clevelandbrowns.com/news, and I have just read an article that said that the Cleveland Browns offensive line has been brilliant this year.
Yeah.
Just the name of the article right up at the top. Headline: Cleveland Browns offensive line has been brilliant this year. Yeah. That's the name of the article. Yeah.
Dave, there's not a whole lot more we could add to that, but we were sitting there watching the game and we noticed that not only are they blocking for the run really well, but my goodness, Baker Mayfield, he's just sitting in the pocket for what seemed like days.
All kinds of time. And there were a lot of things that we were able to kind of figure out that were taking a shorter amount of time than Baker had in the pocket.
Yeah. So we actually decided we're going to run some tests.
Yeah. And speaking of pockets, Dylan, what's the first one?
Well, I said, hey, how much you want to bet I can microwave this hot pocket before Baker gets out of the pocket or gets flushed out or throws that ball? Dave took me up on it. Ding.
My mouth was fucking burnt to hell. You know what? A couple plays later, we decide, man, Baker just has all kinds of time back there in that pocket. Let's watch a couple of episodes of Entourage. You know what? Let's watch the ones with Dom, when Dom gets out of jail and drives all the way to L.A. Man, those are two great episodes. He stole the one Shrek doll from the guy who did Shrek, and it put the script of Medellin out of the reach of Vincent Chase. Great TV. Actually, no, it wasn't TV. It was HBO.
After that impressive stretch, I thought, Dave, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to try to take the whole damn SATs.
And you did it.
I completed it. I did not score well.
No, I don't.
But I did complete it.
Yeah. Let's not get into the scoring things.
Please don't.
A couple plays later, Baker drops back. He eventually hit Jarvis Landry on the crossing route. But between when the ball was snapped and that pass got thrown, Big Ben had an entire arraignment hearing.
Oh, man. So the other thing that's shorter than Baker's time in the pocket is your mom.
All right. I mean, I don't want to go off on a whole thing about HBO, but in one of the passing routes that Odell Beckham ran. He made that big catch over top of the defender. The entire opening credits of Succession played. I know you love that song, Dylan.
That's a hell of a tune, and boy, is it stretch. Dave, now you remember that Hollywood touchdown?
Uh-huh.
I mean, Baker was just sitting back there for a longer period of time than Rush Limbaugh's tenure on Monday Night Football. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. Boy, was that ridiculous. Actually, while we were waiting on one of the plays, we decided to fire up the old Xbox, and Madden was able to update in the time it took for Baker to throw a pass. That's how long he had back there in the pocket.
Dave, we went through a whole freaking election season.
I know, and that ended up
One
just being
play.
it just ended up being a screen pass. The other thing that appeared to be shorter than the amount of time that Baker had in the pocket, I think Johnny Manziel was able to go to a bar, drink to the capacity at which he can drink, and leave drunk and satisfied. Then Baker got the throw off.
Finally, Dave, the last thing that's shorter than Baker's time in the pocket was Brett Mason Rudolph's NFL career.
But we'll get to that later.
Hey, this is Hugh Jackson, and now it is time to know your foe. Back to you, Dave and Dalen.
All right, guys. If there's one foe we already know, it's the Pittsburgh Football. Same old team, same old bunch of guppies. The big addition that they've made this year had a big game last week. Primus frontman Chase Claypool, he had 4 TDs last week. We're going to need to kind of find out a plan for him. But, Dylan, the more I look at the Pittsburgh football team, I did a little bit of analysis. I took a look at, the first thing you see underneath their name is they're undefeated, 4-0. And that has kind of, the hillbillies in your life really excited that, oh, yeah, we're in the division, blah, 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 blah. But then, Dylan, I did a little research into who they've played. And
what'd you find out?
It looks like Hugh Jackson's head coaching record. Dylan, the combined record of the opponents of the Pittsburgh Football, currently 3-15-1. They played the 0-5 Giants, the 1-3-1 Eagles, the 1-4 Texans, and the 1-3 Denver Broncos. This 4-0, I haven't seen a bigger shell game House of Cards since the last episode of Succession.
So what you're telling me is that these Pittsburgh footballers are getting the benefit of the doubt from the media?
I know it's shocking to you that
Wow.
they might do that, but apparently they are. But Dylan, as the fans now know, if they were worth the fans of our podcast and the fans of the Browns, if they were paying attention earlier to see how smart and how dialed in we are, we can offer some suggestions to the Browns. Keep in mind, we've given these to the Browns already of how we can beat the Pittsburgh Football. So these are the keys, the Friday Fumbles keys to winning this week in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so number one here, Dave, you got to feed Big Ben.
Do you mean run a lot of plays for him?
What I'm talking about is you got to feed him actual spicy food before the game. I mean, look, this guy has zero discipline, right?
Yeah.
So you just got to put it out in front of him. This dude's going to gorge himself, and you can count on a mess in his pants by late first quarter. Or he's got to come off the field.
Yeah, he's
one
gotta
way
go,
or the
yeah.
other.
Number 2, you just got to suck it up and pay the tolls. I mean, it's like $45 goddamn dollars to get into that shithole city. But the last time you tried to take the back roads, we did end up, Dylan, we lost our jobs. You lost your house. I lost my condo.
Yep.
And they closed the steel mill that we got lost at because we were so goddamn lost. Like, they had to shut it down. That's how lost we were.
That's just what happens in Pittsburgh, you know. So, next key to winning: no naked ballots, Dave. You got to make sure that you place that completed ballot into the privacy envelope included in the mailer. If your ballot is returned without the privacy envelope, Dave, it will not be counted, and Kareem Hunt will not win FedEx Ground Player of the Week.
And that would be a miscarriage of justice and democracy. Dylan, another thing we can do here, there's a young man, as we already talked about, former Primus bass player Chase Claypool. You got to start dating his girlfriend. He's young, he's frail. It's going to send the rookie into a midseason tailspin and definitely pay dividends for the Browns with their depleted secondary.
Yeah, that's a surefire right there. And finally, Dave, you're really going to want to beat the shit out of the quarterback with his own helmet.
I looked into some stats on that, Dylan.
Yeah.
When a Browns player beats the shit out of a quarterback with his own helmet, the Browns are 1-0. So, just saying. All right, guys. Last year, we talked a lot about this, that we were going to cover it later, and now we're finally getting to it. I don't know if you guys watched the Browns-Pittsburgh football game from last year, the one in Cleveland. It was a Thursday night game. At the end of the game, something major happened. You might think I'm talking about Myles Garrett removing Brett Mason Rudolph's helmet and bopping him over the head with it in the brawl. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. Dylan, what I'm going to talk about is Pittsburgh football team down 21-7 with 16 seconds remaining in the game. They chose not only to run a play, but to run a screen pass that left Myles Garrett unblocked on a path for the quarterback. Only in the universe of Pittsburgh football is this kind of Bush League shit acceptable in any way. Respectable organization knows when the game is over and they've been bested. Respectable organization takes a knee, runs to the middle of the field, shakes hands, and moves on to the next game. But not this one. They're going to run a high-risk, low-reward play that puts a frustrated, whiny, entitled little punk in the path of the NFL's best pass rusher and one of its nicest people. When somewhere in the scrum that ensued, Brett Mason either complained about the hit, told him it wasn't fair, the game's already over, let up already, or maybe made some sort of comment about, I don't know, maybe, can you really think of any differences, Dylan, between the two people that Brett Mason may have commented on? They both play football. I guess Myles is on defense, Brett's on offense. Maybe that's what he commented on. Maybe it was the fact that Myles is in the upper echelon of the league, and at the time, one of the league's best and currently the league's best pass rusher. Maybe that's what Brett Mason commented on. Strange that one of the most professional and likable players in the league would react so harshly to a comment like that. It seems something so simple. I mean, something benign. It's very, very strange. It's also strange that even though the game was covered from all angles, that no one was able to use a directional mic to pick up any of these comments, because why wouldn't you? They're probably very normal and totally cool and not at all inflammatory. Obviously, Myles overreacted and should have kept his cool and been forced to just accept any statement uttered out of the mouth of Brett Mason's privileged bitch-ass mouth and simply moved on. No one is doubting that Brett Mason had a right to say whatever he wanted to say to Myles Garrett in that scrum. He's covered by the good old First Amendment on that one, Dylan. You're a patriotic sort, but a part of that's kind of written between the lines in that document was something John Adams used to say. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech, but sometimes the shit you say might get your Happy Meal ass hit with your own fucking helmet. All right, Dylan. We covered it in the beginning that we know what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, it's time to let these people who hang on our every word know what's going to happen this week in Pittsburgh in this game.
Well, last week we went off the rails a little bit, Dave.
It's well known we went off the rails a little bit last week. We know.
So I'm going to keep it real tight. I'm going to keep it real simple.
Yep.
I'm going to keep it real firm.
Yep.
This week, Browns are going to score. They're going to score 26 damn points, Dave.
Yep.
26 points, Dave. I don't know what quarter. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. They're going to follow the keys to the game that we provided. And you know what? It's going to work. And I do understand, though, there's going to be a little garbage time. There's going to be a little garbage time at the end of this one where the Pittsburgh Football can, get some yards. Maybe they score a couple of touchdowns or something. It's going to be 17 that we give up. Browns are going to win 26-17.
Easy.
That's what's going to happen. They're going to follow the keys to the game. This isn't as easy as Indianapolis. They have to do a little more than just show up. They have to follow our keys to the game.
This is a rivalry.
This is rivalry week. But other than that, all they got to do is show up. So that's it. 26-17 Browns.
Take the bus to Hunt's Ketchup Field.
Yep. Just pass by every giant eel you see and skip it. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening this week. Thank you to Kerry Ryan for our ending theme. Follow us on Twitter at Friday Fumble. Dylan, have you anything to add?
I don't. I do not.
Okay, then. My name is Dave.
I am Dylan.
And this has been your Browns Friday Fumble.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying, yeah, partying, yeah, fun.